What's up, dudes? Welcome to Ideas of Ice and Fire. Today we have to talk about Jack and Hagar. Also, Pate, the Alchemist, Samuel Tarly, and the Sigil. Jack and Hagar is last seen, as we all know, in A Clash of Kings, the second book. He's with Arya, he changes his face, and he becomes like a different face, but in A Clash of Kings, after Jack and Hagar helps Arya, he changes his face, becomes a different guy, and that's pretty much the exact same face that's described in A Feast for Crows, which, by the way, is my favorite in A Song of Ice and Fire. I know a lot of people don't like A Feast for Crows as much as the other ones, but screw you guys, because it's the best. I mean, it's the best freaking, like, horror fantasy novel. Like, it's just freaking great. It has a certain quality that the other ones don't have. I don't know what it is, but it's freaking great. Jack and Hagar becomes the alchemist from the prologue in A Feast for Crows. He kills Pate, takes the face of Pate, and the next time you see him is in the last chapter when he's with Samuel and he's as Pate, but it's really Jack and Hagar, or whoever the freak this guy is. We don't know why he's in Westeros. He's a faceless man. What is he doing there? Faceless men assassinate people. Who is he going to assassinate? Jon Snow, Daenerys, who the frick knows? What's interesting about the Sigil is when Sam finally gets there, Maester Aemon's already dead. He's already been talking all this stuff about Daenerys. She's Azor Ahai. She's the chosen one. He gets there. He goes see the Archmaester Marwyn, and Marwyn says, I'm glad he died before I got here, because they might have killed him because he's Targaryen, loyal to the Targaryens. Then he goes on to say, who do you think killed the dragons last time? Implying that it was actually the Maesters at the Sigil that murdered the dragons. Who knows why? I mean, a lot of people in this world have all these ideas about what's good for the realm, what's not good for the realm. Maybe dragons are just not good for the realm. Like in the last chapter in A Dance with Dragons, Daenerys is going on and on and on about dragons don't plant trees, dragons don't grow, dragons don't rule, dragons are fire and blood and death. And you know, maybe they're not meant to rule, but maybe dragons are just not meant to be. I think that maybe it's just the Sigil's opinion that dragons are just they cause more harm than they do good. So they want to kill off all the freaking dragons, and maybe even assassinate Daenerys or Jon Snow. I think it's even possible that someone from the Sigil hired faceless men to kill Daenerys or Jon Snow. Perhaps they knew who Jon Snow really was. If you subscribe to the R+L=J theory, then, you know, he's Targaryen. He'd be like the other half of, you know, Daenerys' whole fire and ice thing. It's weird and crazy. So Sam's there with Pate by the end of all this, and who the freak knows where it's going. I mean, it's super hard to catch. I didn't catch it the first time I read A Feast for Crows. Like, I had to go back and read it, like, oh, I thought the guy was dead. And then I have to realize that the faceless men take the faces of the people that they killed. So Jack and Hagar took Pate's face for a purpose, and it's gonna wreak some havoc on a bunch of people with it, and it's gonna be pretty freaking gnarly. The Night's Watch is old, and they're the Night's Watch is old. Sam spent a lot of time in those libraries and the dungeons, or whatever you call them, reading all the books and stuff, but the Sigil's even, I don't know if it's older, but there's a lot more knowledge. He's gonna learn all this type of stuff, and I remember, like, in one of the other books, he says he wants to become a wizard, and it's totally possible now because the glass candles are burning. Like, at the end, there's a glass candle burning, so that means that magic is back in the world now, and, you know, Sam could be a wizard. I don't know.
I'm a wizard.
He's a wizard. But, you know, Sam's one of my favorite characters. I don't want to see freaking Jack and Hagar as Pate do some messed up, crazy shit to him. I want Sam to survive and come out of that and get back to Gilly. I think Gilly is actually at the Sigil with him at this point. I don't know where she's going to end up going, but we'll have to see about that. And then there's Marwyn going off to find Daenerys. Everyone's going to find Daenerys at this point, and she's just off in the middle of the desert somewhere, nowhere to be found. So I don't really know what's going to go on with this character. There's so many people at this point that are going off in search for Daenerys, and I don't think that all of them are going to get to her, if any. I don't know. She's doing her own thing, and she's like, I don't know. Everyone thinks she's dead at this point, if you remember. At the end of A Dance with Dragons, she's dead for all anyone knows. She's standing there in the middle of the Dothraki Sea. She's got one dragon, and there's a horde of the Dothraki, like, right on her tail. But no one from Meereen knows that she's alive. Everyone thinks that the dragon ate her, or that she fell off the dragon, or whatever. But yeah, this has to be revisited in The Winds of Winter. There's no way that this is just going to sit. If I have to wait until a whole nother book after this to find out what happens to Sam and Jack and Hagar at the Sigil, I'm gonna be pissed. I've been itching to learn more about the Sigil for a while now, and I'm very excited to see that, so I hope a lot of that's in the Winds of Winter. Fingers crossed. Anyways, thanks dudes for 1,000 subscribers. I hit 1,000 subscribers in like 4 months of like doing this, so that's, you know, great. My little when you see my like videos list, is not even full yet. I only have a few videos and I already have 1,000 subscribers on this channel. Thanks a lot for that. It's a pretty big milestone, so we'll see where this channel goes, and thanks for watching. Subscribe for more ideas of Ice and Fire. Peace out, dude.